I'll fill it with something.
Had an audio issue, and then we gave you one by having to listen to Wyatt discuss that sensitivity issue at length. But we're jumping into Pearl here in just a moment. Sentinels, really strong start on Abyss. 9-3 half, good clean finish at the end of the day. Now, this was a great map for them in that offseason. Cortezia, standout player on this Killjoy. Eyes are definitely going to be on him to see if he can carry that forward into the season.
Oki pinged out, but does not feel any threat. So just going to stand his ground. And that drone does not do much in the way of pushing anyone back away from B. Sen just content to play slow towards A as well. If you look at the mini-map,
yeah, I like that one.
I don't think that was optimal.
I think Caillou just wanted to see what the neighbors in the next, sub-water Acropolis were up to. This one, though. Hard to say. To glean any information away from that one, we'll have a pretty well-held setup here with obviously this KJ util able to cover the push on the site, plus this link play.
Pretty slow from Sen. Not too much in the way of aggressive prodding. They just slowly walk up into A main after watching for aggression on B. Work into an A split.
We're outside of the gate crash window for Oki, so he's not going to be able to assist here. Nice little light speed in on the side, but a refract from the raid. He's seen enough, apparently. Digizine holds his ground for one. Now here's the walk-up. Spike's going to be recovered, and quickly is going to be taken to hand.
Now with 20 seconds, is there any attempt to fight from EG? There is a flash, and Oki gets the burst.
Redox has to push this, and he's not able to quite complete the second. Cortezia, in for a penny, in for a pound. He's got to go for it. Superman stands tall.
Not a great start for Cortezia there, unfortunately, and Superman, he needed that. Map 1, he wasn't really doing all too much in the way of getting a lot of kills. It was a slow start for him, so nice that he's able to collect a couple very important ones as well early to get EG this win. All right.
For those at home, yep, saw that one away.
Time to go back to the laboratory.
I mean, all across the round, though, felt a little shaky on the Sentinel side. There's obviously the dash into the smoke by Narrate, instantly sort of pulls back, has a player swing off him there in main. It ends up being a pretty rough trade.
All right, Oki now picking up that Outlaw. Obviously, that sightline on B. You just want a scoped weapon over there.
Yep. Digizine playing up a little bit for that early action, of course, for the Guardian at his side. So obviously fight for this orb here to some degree, but EG aren't going to push up into main, so we'll see the attackers here get to assume a different spot on the map.
Yeah, at least at the moment, Narrate is the only player getting anywhere near getting an ult right now. No one on EG. They're really going to try to throw some extra kills to at the end of the round, at least right now. I mean, honestly, if you're saying going back towards B here where you have no info, you gotta be thinking that someone is watching this with an Outlaw. There's like a 98% chance that that's the case.
We don't see him get a smoke, but Oki is there on the line. Now, okay, crash for him. Relatively committed for the time being, but I don't think he minds that whatsoever. Cortezia the next to fall now, and of course, Bao can start to chime in a little bit more towards that B side of the map. John did well to close the gap. Narrate also gets himself a weapon upgrade.
A little bit of confidence there, perhaps too much to keep fighting that, honestly. Oki just not willing to give it up, and then the Spectre at that range is uncomfortable at best.
Yeah.
Sen have got a chance, not a big one. There's 14 seconds left to get in here, but at least they've got one gun now.
John straight to the side. John flattened. Not a damn thing he could do about it. Narrate's also seen better days. He's electrified. And EG more than drilled enough in the protocol of spamming smokes.
And Superman is able to recover one gun. That Outlaw, did it go off the map? Did I not notice that? I think they might have just thrown it straight up off the map. I mean, the second shot from Oki was kind of nasty and unnecessary to hit a headshot, but that's fine.
I got greedy,
that's
bro.
Chill.
I got greedy. I had to heat up. I got greedy.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, again, my point, bro. Stop stealing my points. You're already playing professionally. Let me yap about it, dog.
You gotta let him ask for one thing. He was stuck there, though. Couldn't gate crash out. So, our drone forward. EG drawing a line very deep into Sentinel's territory now. Instead of just passive KJ util here in mid-connector, they've actually pushed into Plaza.
With that turret down, and obviously the Nebula as well, top mid, Sen have to feel that there's some level of threat for serious aggression, like a full walk-up, right? especially on a bonus round, you're going to go for something crazy. But it's actually a shift towards A main for EG, taking this space as a duo. Flash peek.
Caillou affected, but ducks away. That'll be enough for EG there. They're happy to set themselves forward over towards main. It's okay, crash out here. So Sen might actually re-hit that part of the map now with less than a minute left. They've got good link presence now, which is not been covered whatsoever.
Yeah, Sen might catch a nice timing to just pinch these two anchor players, not getting baited into going B where the majority of EG players are actually at on account of that A aggression. So this site really should be theirs for the taking.
Path could be an option. Now Red goes in. Caillou just guns Superman down as he tries to get ahead of the issue inside that smoke. An easy refract away. 24 on the clock. Still no plant as of yet. But EG have to set to flood back in here. Shocky on Caillou. So EG is still playing very far off this.
And that's all they have to do, right? They have the superior weapons, especially at range. A couple SMGs for EG.
Should have this covered. Here comes EG now stepping up. They got a high-low setup. Digizine have an undo redux.
Oh, no!
Cool util in hand. Caillou and John able to recover things though.
One enemy remaining.
Saturate thrown over towards main. Vulnerable is common, in no position to have any say here. EG say, okay, we'll have to settle for 2 guns stripped away and a proper buy in the next. And these two ships are about to cross paths. That'll be Sentinels getting on the board.
All right, recovery from Sen. John with a good swing out towards Art side there. Ultimately, right, they still do have the numbers and additional crossfire set up even after their duelist crossfire was dismantled. A nice tap from Digizine, and then, I mean, yeah, that's honestly just kind of a misplay from Nere trying to get the ult off there.
Yep.
I know he definitely regrets that and is thinking, why didn't I just keep my gun out? Like, of course they're pushing me. Like, but all good. Mistake not overly punished.
I would say like some of the micro issues are there. I feel like the macro for Sentinels, especially after the first map, was far better than last week.
And now we've got Digizine with the AWP, by the way. It's over towards B, so not a factor in the early round. But yeah, it's back to this waylay AWPing. And like, yes, you can take the one nice peek on defense and then just refract and get away. But it's not like on a Yoru when you can be teleporting multiple times in a round, immediately setting up on varied angles across the map. That's why this has kind of been a focal point of discussion with these two duelists that EG have.
This fake nebula has done nothing to deter EG. They know it's over towards A. This deep insert on B long is huge.
Yeah, no reason for EG to be elsewhere on the map. Stacked up right now to deny this exit.
Risky from Bow. Can he catch Redux out? One skip and jump not going to be enough to get the youngster out of the way.
Remaining.
John has to jiggle pick that corner, but he is on his own. And at least will be able to emerge with his weapon. And he knows he's going to be getting pinched. Surely they know they're on a clock with Digizine being so entrenched. So jump pick this, surely. No, face it. Digizine is waiting.
And he just got all the info, straight up walking up B long. It's what you called out in the mid-round. And EG all too easy for them to know exactly where to stack up, fully deny that hit, and leave the round with every single weapon.
Smoke played there for Bao. That's some catch Redux unaware. He's mid-jump as he gets brought down.
That is some rock-solid anchoring. Sen and now thrown down to the eco. Couple sheriffs, that is about it. And this is going to be an opportunity as well for EG to start stacking up some ultimates on this next buy round.
We might just be running this one down, folks. Behind this Aldrone. Crowd to the side we go. Superman only good for the one. A Bandit actually ringing out. Bao also takes a little bit more damage than he otherwise would have bargained for. This will open the side at least for Sentinels, but the spray through the smoke from Com will deprive them of the Yoru. Of course, the Nano Swarm there will make an early plant quite difficult.
It's looking like an awkward situation for EG for but a moment, but they've absolutely stabilized. Well, I mean, okay, all good, all good.
Yeah.
That Bandit, man.
Little haphazard. Satisfying enough here for EG. Also building towards some pretty important ultimates.
Yeah,
Lockdown at the ready for Bao.
That was really just what I was waiting to see coming out of this round, assuming EG were going to win. Was worried for a second, but didn't have to be. It's Bao leaving this with the lockdown. Superman leaves this as well now with the wall, so EG have got a lot of options headed into the next buy round to try to get another big win.
Okay, this time it looks like, I mean, this might be a really nice little call here from Sentinels. Pings towards that B side of the map. Of course, our opping waylay.
Yeah, I mean, this could just be a straight up classic. You hit B, you plant safe with the Astra Wall, and you have a bunch of stuff for the post plant. You know, you could get one of the players that's one orb away from getting their ult to get the spike plant. You have the Hunter's Fury for the post plant. Just keep the game easy to have these ults.
How much equity can Bao buy on this B side for EG? Behind this Sentinel util. There's an inkling for Evil Geniuses to come this way, and now, of course, lockdown in play.
They want to save that wall for later. They just get Cortezia the orb, throw the lockdown in to force everyone back, and then the wall after the fact, all right. And they can place that wall deeper. I actually love this. They get the wall in deeper because they know they're forcing all the players off the site. All right, Narrate is an absolute maniac. But then they can take the forward positions because of that.
Yeah, flashing themselves now through this wall. They really want to make sure EG don't have a staging ground, but Bao holds his own. Redux out of the picture now. Hunter's Fury also committed by Caillou. Healthy enough squad of EG that Oki gets himself onto the side. Clone through the wall, thinks about the flash, but thinks again. Over the top, happy enough to have kept Sem at arm's length, but now this stall util is in play. Com, though, is able to give it a tap. Can this be interrupted? Yes, Nova Pulse is going to be there, but he just holds through it. Down to 14. Sen can't hear a damn thing on the other side.
It's that counter wall from Superman gets massive value when Sen are just ultimately forced back. But I mean, both teams used like the same ult play against each other, but it ended up working out for EG. I think it was honestly a bit of a mistake early too that Narrate. I mean, he went for that kill and then he has to get all the way out. Everyone is, forced out from that lockdown. They're not able to get into any positions to break it. That's tough. It's tough when they're all just, sent back to B main.
And
so
I don't know.
I get it's an opportunity for him to try to get a kill with the shorty though. We'll probably have to get out anyway, but it's tough.
Obviously, like that Nova Pulse doesn't interrupt the defuse. I don't see where the Sentinels grab well is there. It might have deterred an early plant. You can see John trying to continue to set up stars on that plant location because they're walled off, but that doesn't seem like there's a reliable mechanism for Sen to get back in past that wall themselves. They've used a lot of those util pieces to try and fight ahead of their own wall at the start of the round. You just mentioned Narrate trying to come forward. It feels like they didn't have options to flood back in after their push deep into EG spawn, which Bao shut down, fell flat.
Yeah, absolutely. So EG being able to, on that prior round, on the anti-eco, stack up all of these ults, brought them all of the value in the world. Sen still with enough for a buy into this though, getting that spike down, and with the loss bonus coming through. Dimensional drift for Redux.
Still going to be contending with Digizine.
I mean, yeah, they might just be keeping things simple here, honestly. Just pressure towards A, late lurk from Cortezia, back through mid into Art. We'll see.
Okay, no dash up onto the high box for Narrate though. Plenty of the Astra smokes to allow them in. Okay, Oki this time is rattling the cage, showing that deep duelist presence from the defenders.
Yeah, and at this point, because of Oki being that deep over towards Belong Sen, I mean, the A is definitely not an option in that moment. They can't go because they can assume that EG have stacked up more heavily towards that side of the map. And they're actually going to go back over towards B, try and force Oki back.
This time the gate crash, though, is in place for a couple of seconds at least.
Yep. And they're going to have to use this dimensional drift close because they don't have a drone to go towards Pillar.
Careful here.
Oki is going to be spotted out. He does have to retreat.
Instant pivot back here by EG. They're trying to get position. Looks like at least Bao's able to get into the site. He'll play halls.
Yeah, they want to commit to anchoring.
Redux maybe unaware. Has to go for a shoulder pick. Sees, though, the player and is able to take the fight. Now Narrate flashed out, though. Redux is going to be there to cover his back. Both duelists dive into the back of B site, trying to shut the door on EG.
How can they get back in with just 3 players lacking util and an AWPer? This is going to be extremely tough.
Yeah, what is it, a saturate? Digizine doesn't want to be pushing up like that. He can only passively play from under.
The real hope at the moment is just if someone on Sen over pushes. That's a nice hinder, but look at that grab well count.
No over push this time around. Com will be happy to extract the 1 kill. Redux
on for the ace.
For the ace, and he'll have it! Nicely done, Sentinels. Bounce back from an early battering. They're happy to challenge into that single Yoru on Belong.
And EG aren't too pressed about that situation. They're going to go for it because they do have a lot of money left.
Oh my god. Your Waylays.
I mean, it's just insane. It's just ridiculous. It's so good.
Habibi, welcome.
To which establishment?
He's back.
Huge, huge work. Yeah, it's funny, like, you know, narrate just flips around like Tinkerbell. Redux is able to follow up and be that second player.
Dishes in, able to afford another off. Posted up early towards A main, much like the last round. Wow, he's going in real deep right now.
Refract and just, again, it's Digizine playing in a pretty aggressive spot
dangerous.
with the off angle not covered.
That's such a dangerous position.
Same thing happened on Abyss when he's playing out of security.
Yeah, he's taken some massive risks with his off positioning, and they have been punished by Sen.
Yep.
That's so early into the round as well. They have an opportunity to work the map. You know, look at Redux's TP. It's all the way over towards A side. They can pressure heavy B, pivot back if they needed to, but it looks like ultimately they just want to go B.
Val has no utility to play off here anymore. Simply just going to try and fall off the site without being picked. He's got the alarm bot to cover his rear. Now it might just be a flood out of connector here with Com hoping to capitalize. Hunter's Fury already here for EG. Is that a viable option? Nova Pulse Herald to the right. Redux who sprays him down. 5 into 3. That's just good mats, baby. And there's still more out on the field for him, but he's low. The post play, Sentinels can scramble over this B side of the map. And that round's done and dusted.
Redux is just playing with zero fear right now. Absolutely feeling it. Started slow last week, but I really think people were overreacting to that. His off-season performances
People
were
overreacting to a slow
so
Sentinels
good.
week 1? That's crazy, bro.
That, I can't believe
Bro's
it.
trying to evoke the deep magic over here. That is a fixture.
No, it was him and Cortezia in the offseason that were lighting teams up as a duo, especially on this map. We haven't seen Cortezia get too active yet, but his KJ here had been pretty insane. Yeah, look at this from Digizine. This positioning. He's just fully exposed to that left side. It's not like he's going to be able to teleport faster than someone can shoot him.
It's a misconception about how far up Sentinels already are. That is very quickly put to the sword.
Yeah, but there was a timing to do that because there was a nebula down. I don't know. That's another moment where it just feels like EG are forcing it. They're trying too hard to get an advantage somewhere.
But again, is there a conversation that, I mean, in that case, it's kind of hard to watch Digizine's off angle there, but maybe there's a conversation or a lack of conversation about the kind of coverage Digizine has in moments like these. You know, we talked a little bit about Digizine says he's finding his place, starting to feel comfortable integrating into the team. It just takes time. We talk about the multilingual nature of this roster as well. He wants to obviously manufacture a lot of action on his own, but might not always know if his 6 is being watched. Moment here just to take a beat. Sentinels have started to fight their way back into this map. And like you mentioned, it's off the back of Redux. He's looked very, very good. An ace into a 3K. And the plan has been the same. Work down on that B side of the map. Punish over extensions. We're going to be back in just a moment. His tech pause is about to be resolved.
It was quick. Don't worry, guys.
Yeah.
We're getting back in the game. No worries. No worries.
Still a 2-round lead, though.
But after
Like the tides are turning.
After what was a pretty solid economy for EG, just 2 rounds of full buys getting offs, that's gone. And Sen can easily get up to 4 here. There is a stack from EG over towards this A side, so Sen overplay on this side of the map. Maybe some danger.
With Saturate, that's going to force the gate crash out. Kondo doesn't have anything to shoot at with his Hunter's Fury, or does he? A hasty retreat being beaten by Sen, and they do get out unscathed. Now, though, their options might feel a little limited.
We have seen multiple calm Hunter's Furies on eco rounds. I mean, this one was clearly a set play they came into the round with. On Abyss, it was more of a spur of the moment thing. Flash out.
This is fine. John with the off. Bowder's been able to find Cortezia. Smoked up, John able to get out. That's another door shut in the face of Sentinels for now, but they're patient. They've already got the way into A. Superman though trying to intervene. Surely not with the classic out of Flowers. What better advent of Typhoon for the bundle than that?
I mean, John is miles away trying to get to A main. So there might be a moment here where Kaiu's got to do it all. Smoke is good.
Smokes are good for John on the approach here. He's setting Kaiu up to be a little safer. In the meantime, it's going to be a push through to Smoke. And that leaves John on his own. Post with it. Oh, it could have been something there.
Oh my God, I thought that was it. That looked like a lineup guaranteed.
Close but no cigar, but that is a round that is going to knock the wind out of your sails if you're Sentinels.
Oh,
just
absolutely.
Right back in it.
I mean, they're losing a 1v2. They're not trading out a guy with a classic.
I mean, it's rough.
Superman was hitting some nice shots for sure. Definitely not taking anything away from him. He was getting some great taps here, but you just can't be losing out that situation.
Both those players are looking into secret. Yeah, I mean, a frustrating round for Kaplan. You've got two players lined up there looking in the same direction, completely blindsided by Check's notes, a player with a classic and Flowers.
Dishes in, obviously able to save that op. Had been playing a lot towards A main on the last couple rounds, but this time wants to make something happen towards mid. I mean, yeah, this has been a slow start for Cortezi at 3-7 right now. He's been a demon on this map in the offseason. He's averaging across 6 games plus 7 kills in all of them, which is madness. He's playing Killjoy, man, but...
Okay, all those Astro Stars popped out. Dimensional Drift also used, but EG played off this A side entirely. They've got an uplink towards that Plaza site. And they're positioned for a retake.
Yeah, in a position with a retake where they've got the dimensional drift of their own, but it's going to be really difficult contending with a convergent pass, especially if that comes in late, if they don't pressure it out. Oh, what a catch!
That is huge. Did Lincoln double back now and try and play out from Lincoln? On the side is Okeanos. He is entrenched. Clone over towards that main side of the map, and Redux is going to have to challenge his bank of flash off the wall if he needs to. Super's on the defuse right now. He's gotten it to half. Gets off it though. That's the util that drags him away, but still, the kill's going in favor of EG. Narrate inside the smoke, going to be taken down to 5. And what do you do but look on if you're John? Not a damn thing. You could say when he stopped the defuse. The time not there for Okeanos. Unreal.
Oh my God.
3 players down to the spike. Huge Red Bull clutch here for Sentinels. John, picture perfect pick.
How has he stolen that away? You are joking. That EG retake was looking pretty phenomenal from Dishazine catching that first player. Redux in, caught by Bao. All right, just gets a spam kill. That's crazy.
POV here.
But then the convergent pass come up.
It's Super on the DP. He just picks out the perfect target. He's got 4 people in his face. You're spoiled for choice.
Superman was so close to getting it to half earlier. He was like a hair away. It looked like he did get it, but he didn't. And then just because of that, having to get on it multiple times later, they lose that out. And they expend both of their duelist ults to try and win it.
Devastating result. What an he's a 1 versus 4 out of John to save the round.
And he just had to kill one guy. It's a one, I mean, they all died, but
that is value.
Just literally had to shoot one player that could not move.
Okay, so just how good
That's insane.
is this EG team at bouncing back from blowouts like that? That is a tilter. You got some loud voices here, you got some very hungry, driven players, but that one is definitely going to take its toll on the mental. You got a classic pot of timeout, though, as EG still have a 2-round lead with 2 left in the half.
Sen have definitely been winning the more explosive rounds, you know, like they're getting aces, they're winning a crazy clutch like that. That honestly, in a way, it kind of feels like EG aren't in the lead because Sen are just pulling off some crazy stuff. Yeah.
But I wonder how they feel, right? Because if they might have to remind themselves that they're actually up by 2 rounds.
Oh yeah, they're like, we should be up by like, we should be like at least 7 right now.
All right, play hero towards be long. Okeanos stands his ground for a time. It is pinged out by that.
Be right back.
Bolt.
A lot of damage onto Narrate.
See what? Okay, that's a refract. Oh, good.
Cutting through.
Full stack from EG over towards this B side right now. And Sen, they have an idea that something like this may be happening.
And now you're contending with this Cosmic Divide fighting back into this A side, but this is another round where EG have the retake Cosmic Divide at their disposal. So Sen don't want to make use of that flood utility too early on. Maybe they don't want to fight too far forward ahead of that divide this time.
Cortezia hears everyone from EG running through spawn towards A. So he's just telling the team, oh, get out of here. But he's caught. That's the danger of playing such a forward position like that.
But EG are slow deducing that Cortezia's presence there could herald an early retake for Sentinels. So they could be a little slower to be.
We could see a situation much like a previous EG round window where they are going to throw down the lockdown and Superman's Cosmic Divide to force everyone from Sen right back out to B main again so they can get on the spike. And now at least Bao has a rifle to work with.
Lockdown to send them out to long, and Cosmic Divide to keep them there.
They're doing it, yeah. EG, they're taking this risk.
Hey,
Bunch of Fury to counter it, yeah.
Okay, lockdown dealt with. Now EG flooding it at the same time. Sentinels are going to be quick to respond to this. Narrate in Hall. One by one, they're pushing him. Flash can't even help them. Narrate and Redux combined in Halls yet again. Bao can only swing that wall a couple times. Sen have got this game back to 1 round.
That was huge from Caillou to be able to just deal with the ult straight away, breaks the lockdown, and then the rest of the team being very proactive in fighting forward and not putting themselves in a situation like before where they're trying to just spray at a guy that's on the spike in a smoke. No, we're just going to fight them. We have better guns. Play together. We will kill them.
Nice! Let's go!
And Cortezia being the hype man that he just like suddenly turned into halfway through last year when MIBR desperately needed someone like that, and he's just still that guy on Sen.
Yeah, bringing with that confidence. Raw passion. It's not something that Sentinels are short on, that's for sure. Now we have an Odin in the hands of Caillou. Just how permeable will this
one for
A-side
Calm.
be?
They both just, I don't know, they mind melded, and they've both got Odins on this final round.
Both playing towards the same side of the map. Okay, lockdown though. That's a consideration for EG, I'm sure.
Right
and of course, they do not have Comms Hunter's Fury to answer it as easily as Caillou's did.
About to do with that recon? I'm just curious. There's about to be a recon and some Odin spam, I'll tell you that.
Okay, Oki force off the site.
Oh, some though. Not an opportunity to do it.
Lockdown's expired slowly. Digizine is on this sort of wrap. He might have to pick up the pace a little bit though to be a factor in this round properly. Sen are happy to sit off this. Play post finally got the Odin spam. That's going to be a big problem for EG if they walk into it, but Narrate and Redux get cleared. The duelists are gone. Now it's on the A main presence. A little bit wayward here, but nice saturate there from Digizine to make sure he secured that elimination. And now John will step up around the corner. Caillou spraying down for 2, but he's being pressured. The pinch finally comes in as Digizine gets himself a Vandal, gets EG the round.
I'm gonna need to see that Oki spray transfer real quick on the replay. Sen have loved to play these post plants with their duelists entrenched, and then support from other places on the map. Oh. Wow, that was nice. So fast onto Redux. Good little play from Digizine.
Let's go,
that
Daddy, you're
saturate.
home!
Okay, man.
The little kid, why are you looking, bro? Why are you looking at me like that, dog?
Bao is trying to break the fourth wall every time he can. Okay, a little bit of a frustrating end of that first half for Sentinels. EG finally get their explosive round win, right? The one that really gets some wind into your sails heading into the break. We'll be back, of course, with more of Pearl right after this. Much tighter affair here on Pearl as compared to halftime on Abyss. Sentinels definitely bearing their teeth a little bit more in the latter half of that first half, but EG hold it down. So hero play by Okeanos to have an insane spray transfer, flatten both Sentinels duelists, get him back into that A side and clinching the round. It's a 7-5 ball game.
Digizine, I do like some of the stuff he was doing on the waylay there, but honestly, it wasn't even really down to the agent. He was just doing a great job of denying lurks from Sen on those retakes. If we saw it on the last couple times Sen went A, he was just dealing with Cortezia on the flank alone, and then the rest of the team are just able to kind of route Sen back into main.
I mean, he's playing the waylay like you would Yoru in that position, right? The deep pincer on the B side of the map, doesn't overpush too much early.
Yeah.
Finds a decent timing.
We'll see on attack now, though, because this is when he needs to be, you know, 20 Red Bulls deep, double diving in, Bucky into smokes in B heaven. Like, this is where we need to see some mental stuff. No, this is just what you do on. It's just the agent, man. It is just the agent.
We did see that from Narrate on a couple of occasions in the previous half, so.
But that's what they're going to need from him, though, to be a crazy entry player now. He can't be as slow pace. I don't know, unless they just play a slow game, I guess. But Sen pushed all the way up towards B, where EG are waiting out that aggression.
But yeah, look at this link presence already established for EG. No mid control attempted for Sentinels, hoping just to contain. But yeah, look at the pings here. Sentinels though, okay, we've left a hole in our formation here. So let's just maybe double back and check this.
I mean, this
they pulled off A.
Honestly, wow. Yeah, we're a minute into the round, and it feels like Sen have
obscuring vision.
Little to no map control. I mean, they're pressed up a little bit on B, but you know, the fact that they even have to watch Sewer right now with a player is like removing John from doing anything particularly relevant on a site.
Having their bluff called, yeah, they were forced to voluntarily give up that A side.
Yeah, now over on B, they're fully aware that Sen were pushed up. Time to take A to get that entry onto Cortesia. That's really nicely done.
Spike planted.
Okay, John will wait.
And now what's the setup going to be? Very off-site. I will tell you that. Very, very off-site.
All of Com's util really still to work with here. Something you can certainly play off. Com just checking to make sure that wrap around to Sewer isn't going to be problematic. Now Ray going to be pinged out. Redux looking for a challenge here off the recon. Did you see more than ready for now? Saturate going to catch on to two players, but, well, they returned one in kind. Now Okeana's getting a little bit active over on the link side, and John steps up. Only one, and that's not going to be enough. EG, another pistol round to their name.
That's nicely done from Dishazine. It's, I mean, that steady aim, just holding with 10 HP the angle towards main, and one taps that initial aggressor from Sen. I forget who that was. Yeah, that's Rios going into main. Just gets shut down. He even had the recon to support him, but it didn't matter. Yeah, and then just some spam through on weak players.
When the recon was ignored,
it look easy.
They let it ping out two players. Didazine just wanted to fight there.
But ultimately, when you go back to the beginning in mid-round, Sen just gave up so much of the map to EG. They walked in A for free. They had no control over the mid connector. John needed to watch Sewer from spawn. Cortesia's all the way back in Flowers. They had some info over towards B, but then the second EG saw it, they're like, all right, we're just going to keep walking into A then. Just take this for free.
And ordinarily, you know, if you have an alarm bot in mid, that you know, it covers it pretty well for you. That's what we were obviously seeing you know, on the EG side of the map. That would just have Bow, put an alarm bot there. You don't have to have this mid presence so much. You can play to those extremities and still have some form of early warning. Some wires get crossed there, and out of necessity, Sentinels actually have to give up some of the map because they just don't know what their mid presence could look like from EG. Let's Oki walk into the side and actually have a line held to be walked into by Sentinels.
EG have gotten both pistols on this map, by the way, so definitely set up to take this pick. First time they're playing it, first time Sen are playing it in VCT at least, switching up their comp, just going a little bit more meta-focused. What do you think the tech pause is?
I heard...
Bathroom break?
No,
Doesn't look like
I heard it was gear related, so I don't know if it's that kind of gear. Why?
Gear, but
not that kind of gear, buddy. All right, let's hear from John QT and get his thoughts on actually how this new format looks in Kickoff, this triple elimination. Let's hear it.
This format of Kickoff will help us a lot. The triple elimination format, I think there's potential to play like a lot of games, especially now that we came down to the second phase. And yeah, Kickoff is a really important part of the year for any team. I think it's where you get your synergy down, you get used to the stage with your new teammates, because a lot of people are very different from normal practice and scrim than matches. Some people get a little bit more nervous, some people get a little bit more hype. So it's very important to like identify these things and just get used to it throughout the year.
And I feel like that from John is kind of in keeping with the wider conversation around Sentinels, that they've taken a step back in some ways in order to try and raise their ceiling in the long run. And this sort of elongated Kickoff format feels like it does give you a lot of reps, a lot of chances to get yourself organized. But let's not forget, there is still a Masters on the other side of this. Like there still are stakes. There's something very real, very tangible to play for, the chance to represent your region at a global.
Yeah, absolutely. And listen, it's the Sen org. They're trying to be at globals, man. I mean, that's what this org is built for. One of the most storied ones in Valorant. They're trying to get there, even though they've gone to the well of the Challengers players and the Qbert Academy guys that they trust to bring up. But they've definitely wanted Redux for a minute.
A while.
He had been ready in terms of his gameplay, just not ready because he wasn't old enough to play in the league. But yeah, I mean, kind of from talking to Rob, I think they did a good job at Sen in giving him different skills as a player. Not just in terms of what he's doing in the server, like obviously playing a ton of duelists in the past, like back when he was playing like Mitch and Verno, but then with Qbert flexing to different agents, but also with that team getting actually like a leadership role with those guys as well. So kind of growing personally, like taking his time to get a lot of different traits that when he's in the league, he's well-rounded, compared to some of the other younger players that join up and they're crazy shooters, but they have other lessons to learn, and he's kind of got those. So there's a lot of positives.
Yeah, he comes with a lot of those qualities. He comes into VCT with maybe more of those qualities built in as a result of that sort of academy pipeline that Sentinels have been able to put together.
All right, here we go. It is round 2. EG, they won their second pistol on this Pearl map. All classics for Sen. No risks being taken at all. Oy.
Well, suffice to say, cat's out of the bag. But the number of EG players set up here. At the end of the wall, but Sen responding here by trying to get some link presence, but they get caught flat-footed. KICKOFF not quite able to join up the rest of his team. And that's that Sova util off the table here in this later part of the round if they want to try and fight back. And they're all coming from Link.
Oh, Sen taking time to go out.
Okay, Val's going to find himself too, though, but again, the Spectre so well apportioned on this part of the map in that scenario. This leads to Narrate, forced out, Saturate thrown, and it's retreating back.
Messy there for a moment, because like the Nebula was going up and down while the flash came out for Sen to try and fight through Art, but most of EG were still at main. That was a weird little situation. Could have gotten even worse for EG, honestly, but...
I guess they're trying to catch the timing and flood back onto the site, but without any advance notice of the Sova, because KICKOFF gets picked off before that, it's just a gamble.
Basically here, for Dujazine, just stay in the corner. Don't do anything. Live with your gun and let the other guys take care of business, and you're good to go.
Yep. No map to jump off here, really, so...
Nary not even really going to go for anything. Just go down to the spike. So EG, a nice opening. Okeanos close to that dimensional drift already, so you could definitely see a world where EG try and put some emphasis on getting orbs for him in this round. Just 3 away.
This is obviously the opener. Now, I mean, said make a play, but they really are just shooting in the dark a little bit to try and determine how committed to the side of that point Evil Geniuses are. Something you notice on Breeze from Narrate, he's so aggressive into the chokes early in the round on defense. On that Breeze A side, he was constantly pushing up, harassing, pulling back. See how active he gets here on this defense side, obviously. Sentinels are board up now, and KICKOFF immediately goes for the Yoda.
So EG not getting too proactive and actually trying to take control of either extremity right now. They've given up a main and obviously know that Sen have it, given they just got an orb for free.
Yep.
Yeah, instead, emphasis going towards hard. They're going to have to break that alarm bot at some point here.
Yep, and they are able to make their way through that. This is Sen now grouping up on this A side.
You can see them scrambling back. They don't want to get pinched if suddenly a split execute was actually activated.
Gatecrash also thrown towards that spawn direction. It is in perfect position for Redux to join them.
And EG, similar to that pistol, it's like they're getting a lot of map control right now, but they don't actually have to commit to anything. They still got a player in B main watching for a push-up, and now they're applying some pressure with a drone towards Link as well.
A lot of this is about clearing that KJ util.
They're all the way up in, Link themselves. Cortezi has to watch Sewer.
Now, when there was a blackout in the middle of the map in that pistol round, Sentinels had to give up that A site entirely. There's a similar situation brewing here.
honestly, EG have so much map control. I think
30
their
seconds
undoing
left.
could be like indecision because they have so many options. Look at the way they're spread across the map right now. 23 seconds trying to get into A against this Odin.
Dangerous for Caillou as well. He gets taken down to 39, trying to give him hell from that
Trying to
position.
run the spike back to B.
And it's gonna work as
Bao
well.
just walked in. I mean, it'll work unless Redux gets in and just starts shooting.
I think Bao's going to be a
He
big
kills him.
He's thinking, no, Redux is up there, but the spike gets
Spike
intercepted.
down, B.
Bao still able to make the trade. Narrate gets taken down. Redux able to avoid that grab.
They have no time. They have no time.
Yeah.
Oh man, I hate to say
Indecision,
I
you said
called
it.
it, but I
No.
literally called it. They had just too much map control. They didn't know what to do with it, you know? Oh man, it just fell apart.
So much of that round, though, it feels like EG are following the game plan. Like, hey, let's safely push up and clear this KJU tool. Can we pull some rotates? Can we get a clean sight? I just don't think they account for the spike carrier being picked like that. Maybe there's a chance you try and run with Com, have a trade opportunity. Yeah, that's a bit of a one for the blooper reel, folks.
What's the move here from EG? Are they going to get a little more aggro trying to fight for A main early? Because last time they just straight up gave it up.
They are anti-dart positioned right now.
But are they going to throw anything? See, I thought maybe there was going to be some kind of activation off the orb tap because Sen did get it last time, but no, they're just contacting.
Okay, Sen realize. Okay, that's a gate crash pretty far away back to the site. Kaio's able to get out as well, so this is great result for Sentinels. They are forcing EG to pay pretty heavily for marginal gains in map control.
And as things are slowing down, definitely worth noting that Narrate's all the way pushed up into B main, like looking straight into
Blocking
main and
vision.
doesn't see a thing. So
Where's the
you
mid
can-
control?
Yeah, see how Sen have maneuvered around the map because of that.
So they take down that turret, hoping probably to pull players off of A as they re-hit it now.
Yeah, but they've got the right idea. I mean, there's still three players on A. They don't need to move. Narrate is watching B main. Cortezia has the info towards the links.
Oh man, this could be ugly, folks. 30 seconds left of the round. At some point, EG going to have to bite the bullet. Or be forced to eat them themselves. That's little shock down there's going to force them back. Okay, we have some Waylay presence up on the site. Redux is able to avoid the saturate, but Kaiyu's there, and Okeano's out in the open. Caught unaware. Now, it's a time game. Superman steps up here. This could be disrupted, though. Some shots are coming through. Relay bolt.
Spike planted.
Or the recon.
One
Look at
enemy
that
remaining.
recon. I mean, it lights everyone up. There's too many players from Sen. The spam is just way too much. They knew exactly where EG were going. They had, on that round, as opposed to the others, all the map control in the world. I mean, they knew nothing was happening from EG B main. Cortezia was controlling Link and had the alarm bot art, so he knows basically what's going on in mid. I mean, that round was just so free for Sen, it felt, honestly.
The pathing outside of the spike run over towards the B site actually looks pretty similar for EG, though. They do get in mid, they clear turret, they get into Link, but it happens way later in the round. Like they don't have any mid control until like the last 40 seconds.
And even on the execute, I think it looked like maybe one of the smokes towards Flowers was late, and that's when Digizine got killed crossing, because I saw a star on the
Placing
ground.
swarm grenade.
I don't know, would have to rewatch it, but
Oh, they're fighting for this.
fine. Yeah, this time EG are not playing around.
Okay, Okeano's somewhat committed. Redux, of course, the one left behind, but he has his ways of getting out too. And gate crashing all the way over towards the B side now, so there's a window for EG.
My
They've
ult's ready.
been really uncertain. They've been ponderous here off this early round engagements.
And now they've got this dimensional drift for Okeanos when they get into a late round hit. They've been leaving Superman on a lot of these rounds, just a lone man, just watching B for any serious aggression from Sen. This time, the first time really, just pivoting back to him now so they can get into a full exec. You can see, yeah, I mean, they're definitely hitting the site ups, right?
Who's next?
DP's going forward, pop the ult, go into it, clear out that entire B site while the rest of the team run forward.
Now, is there going to be help for Okeanos as it comes out of this drift, though? Can Digizine get into that side quickly enough? Yes, he's actually planting at the moment.
Spike
Superman
planted.
can wrap around and help him. Those heavy smokes in tower help.
EG need to play forward because John is going to be able to throw down this Cosmic Divide.
Good saturate, that's what you're looking for. Digizine trying to assert himself, but he gets traded out in the end. Still good Hall's presence, though, from the attackers. Narrate cuts into wood for the trees, and he's got to go and fight his way into Halls. Okeano's flattened by the shorty. Caillou just awkwardly lumbering, steps up on the tower. Is dealt with now. Senna down to 2. pivotal round here, folks, and time is running out. A Cosmic Divide dissipates, but he'll be fighting on long, but Narrator's going to get himself there. Now there's just Com on his own. Shock Dart's not going to be enough, and frankly, it misses. Narrator looks to challenge. John has to get off the spike, but time is short, and Com has done this many times before. Cool, calm, collected is Com. The Red Bull clutch keeps EG ahead.
They did a great job fighting together there when that Cosmic Divide came down. Like the Digizine was getting forward, was able to hinder that player towards Link. Put the pressure on Sen when they were trying to get back in there.
One enemy remains.
Sean got a couple good kills, but yeah, that's not going to be enough.
Ooh, that could have gone either way, mate.
Yeah, just
Holy.
the fact that he lives and gets off, knows that John is, he got it to half, but is off, that, you know, basically seals up the round.
Shock Dart.
All right. Eyes on Hannes Fury here for
Does that
Caillou.
go to the alarm bot and Link? It doesn't break it.
Yeah, I don't know if
I
it
wonder
quite...
if that happened before, then like Cortezio's minigame moved it somewhere else. I don't know.
Yes,
Interesting
it is actually
regardless.
more to the left than it was.
Yeah, maybe that happened on a prior round, so switched it up.
Clever. Reminds me of the old Icebox mind games on Boiler.
EG are quick to get into art on this round. They definitely want to be breaking those alarm bots that are being placed in either Art or Link ASAP. I mean, that's kind of the goal here, right? It's like, okay, if it's Link, hopefully the Shock Dart breaks it. If it's Art, then we're going to go there and break it.
It's a very deep alarm bot from Bao. Look where he's got that.
Yeah, and Sen do have to be really concerned. They just lost A main because Redux felt like he needed to teleport away and get towards B, which it's looking like that's the right call. And they've actually re-picked up A main, so Sen are going to be stacking the right site here. They have had the right reads on defense.
Okay. Cosmic Divide time. This cuts off Tower, of course. Convergent Paths committed to the fight. Here's John in position, expecting a fracture. Comes later. He actually turns it too early. This is awkward. Taken low, but still somehow emerges with the frag. Digizine finds Redux, but John is at fire, but he doesn't seem to care. It takes Com in the end to bring him down. Now it's on Caillou and Narrate, both coming from under. Narrate a little bit slower, should at least be able to get a high-low setup as Com is revealed, but the spike is down. In time as against Sentinels. The numbers game also stacked against them.
Just Caillou alone. This spam, that's not going to be enough. And even at that, Com is able to escape to long, so not even in a position where he's going to be susceptible to it. Players are low, though, for EG. Maybe there's a chance.
Nowhere to run.
Hannes Fury reveals Com's rather obvious location. Caillou again, another tap, another tickle. It's Bao out of the picture. Does he expect a second player? Com eventually steps in.
The damage, but yeah, not going to be enough. Well done from Com. Another late round situation where he's coming out on top. I mean, Digizine is getting some huge kills there, bro. I mean, he's literally just like walking around and shooting people because he's got insane aim.
How does John get 2 kills on that site, though?
Yeah, it's crazy. That flash was mistimed. He was waiting for it to come out from Redux, thought it was coming. It wasn't. Then he got flashed, and he still lived and got a kill. It's crazy. Like, huh? What was going on there, man? But
they say you make your own luck, frankly. Okay, yeah, frustration surely starting to bubble up here for Sentinels, who would have loved to have probably emerged with a clean 2-0. Great way to silence the doubters. That would have come out of the woodwork after last week. But Evil Geniuses are giving them no small amount of grief on that B side of the map. 4-round buffer. Last timeout now down the gurgler for Sentinels. Need a classic Kaplan timeout to put him on the right course.
yeah, there was such an important kill from Digizine in that round, though, too, man. When Redux was finally unhindered and he swings out, and Digizine's like low HP, Redux knows where he is, has the crosshair ready for Link, and then Digizine still just beams him with the Phantom. I mean, dude's he's hitting on this map. Yeah, he's just straight up killing people. He's just shooting them. Like, it's not the crazy Waylay stuff. It's this dude is just an aim monster.
I mean, you did pose that question. Like, how impactful was he going to be on the attack side after being a very effective insert on B-long and making these late flank timings that worked out well? He's certainly given a strong account of himself here.
All right, Sentinels, crucial full buy, or EG are going to get to this match point.
Yeah, they got to go for it. Stinger for Cortezia, though.
I'm still waiting to see if there's going to be a round where EG activates something off of a tap on this orb over towards A.
Look at this investment of KJ util in mid. Even the Nano Swarm thrown to double door.
Yeah, this is fast from EG to try to get in. They want to activate the alarm bot with the clone over towards Art, which they
Gonna
do.
fall back here. Hitting the brakes.
Digizine's plan here. He wants to follow up on this. Saturate! Redux tears his head clean off. Superman's follow-up timing seemed fine, but Redux is too sharp.
And now all of a sudden, EG are getting into this site, and they are surrounded by Sen players if they commit.
But Redux saw them hesitate. He knows exactly how much time Sentinels have to make this happen. Cornazir gets some value out of the stinger in the
Spike
end.
down A.
Before being brought down by Oki. But he's on his own. Crucial round win there from Sentinels. Stopping EG in their tracks as they try and hit A.
Redux was just a brick wall in A main. Superman can't even get the trait out in time. It's just too fast. Give me that replay.
Yep, roll it, baby.
Production. And the hinder misses.
Yeah.
Enemy.
So Digizine just not able to capitalize off anything.
Come on, baby, habibi.
That'll
It's not as if he forces it really either, but he doesn't have a lot of backup in A main. Superman is a step maybe too late to get a clean trade, but Redux is nasty.
Yeah, I mean, it's just nasty. All right, Digizine trying to catch one with the Bucky, but out to safety are Sen. EG are not going to slow down, though. They get right into this site, and Sen are just giving up the space, intending on playing this for retake. They have the paths from Nere to do that. EG, they want to do something active, though. They want to find a pick right now.
But Sentinels would read this. They were worried about a flood over towards that link side. Digizine is high value.
Do with one. You can't be doing that, man.
Cosmic Divide still here to work with. You've definitely got options. Yeah, the kind of round you'd hope to have pretty easily. Yeah, Cortezia gonna go for a round clean up. Clever from Sentinels, though. They read into a potential flood into link by EG there. They all double back around towards Flowers.
Yeah, that was smart. I mean, Center, they still have the way better guns. They're able to clean everything up, but...
Yeah, we need to see that back again, bro.
This is so stupid.
Fish in a barrel.
Yeah, I like this from Sen, though. They just... Wait, all right, guys.
Take the man down. Hunt the man down.
We're not playing any games. We have better guns. I don't care that they put a lockdown in, but just go kill them.
It's no small commitment, really, that lockdown from Val. So now Sentinels start to stabilize that economy a little bit, and very powerful retake ultimates behind them now.
Again, they're taking A main. So consistent from Sen. They're doing this basically every round for absolute free. And EG now, after having struggles there in the past, no desire to even bother. It is just everyone towards B, but no ults available. Oki one away from the dimensional drift.
This time Digizine's not carrying a spike, so he's in position to dive into halls to make sure this double duelist can get a real foothold. That's going to be scouted out early. Some of the KJ util cleared. There's Oki taken down, though.
Yeah, that's, I mean, almost certainly just random spam coming through from Redux while players are pushing into sight. Does Digizine want to go for more? Does he want to get hungry?
There's so much here to work with. This retake util is...
Oh, do they... It feels like there's some indecision. He wants to fight, but he doesn't know.
Flashed out, Digizine. Cortezia is also in a very powerful spot. It's going to have to be given up for EG for the time being. And now, of course, you play from behind this Cosmic Divide. Your options are limited. You aren't hearing it. You're saving guns. That lockdown caught him out.
And Superman just hoping that's a clone walking up towards him. He's stunned in the corner. Good retake from Sen. Felt inevitable that a big retake with ults was coming, given what was on the board heading into this round. And it starts, yeah, Redux just gets a spam kill. Easy, and then, yeah, here Digizine he's in that situation where it's like, okay, they have the lockdown. Can I get myself in a position where they're not going to expect me forward? It looked like maybe he wanted to peek forward. Do I wait? And then, unfortunately, just flashed, dealt with, and he's down. I mean, that round's over. Okeanos, though, after going down, does have the dimensional drift. And EG are more proactive at getting Sen the hell out of A main.
They have that Sova util to help them in A main to maybe have more confidence in the capture. Even saw Okeanos step in. It's a pretty big commitment by EG to that part of the map to leave an insert behind for now. And that rate is encroaching. No op to hand, but convergent paths at his disposal.
Slow from EG to work back here. Calm still has that drone, so he's going to have to use that to clear these close angles away.
Oh, okay, yeah, the drone kind of ruins his plan. He was getting ready with the paths.
There, it's just, got to get out of there. doesn't have any other option.
Cortez was there, though, very quickly repositioning himself towards his B side.
And they are stacking up. They have 3 players there. They have been majority players on the right sites in feels like every single round.
He's calling the ultimate, yeah. OKR sees this coming. Now, how do you respond to this? Virgin Pass comes through regardless. Now going to be brought down by Bowther when Oki is in halls. Clone to set him forward now through these smokes. EG going to try and contest from this part of the map, and Oki delivers. It's John, it's Cortezia, though. That could be a bit of an issue. 1v2 for Cortezia. No spike down, 15 seconds left. He can play games. Left solo on the angle, and Cortezia, you're bloody unreal. 4 kills, and that might have been enough to drive the sword through the shoulder blades of EG here on Pearl. What a comeback. What a Red Bull clutch.
Absolute monster play from Cortezia. What a phenom of a player. I mean, what a pickup for Sen in this offseason. He's really been phenomenal with them. And even today, when he's a little bit quiet, to close out the game damn near, he's going to make a play like that happen. When it comes to the aim, I mean, listen, enough said. Do I even need to bother talking about Cortez?
I mean,
like, mechanically, he is just...
He had the highest
the
headshot
sickest.
percentage for, at least for kickoff last year. He is unbelievably sharp. But that is a guy who's been in the system now here at VCT Americas for 2nd year, really coming into his own, stepping up, being a voice, and then getting things done himself when he has to.
Yeah, I mean, he's been keeping the team hype. He's also like, I mean, yeah, he's keeping them hype, relaxed, having fun, monster aimer. Incredible pickup that Sen got during this offseason.
Now, a slight audio issue here. I think young Marshall was looking a little perplexed. So this is not just EG trying to ice the kicker.
I mean, and look, this is, bear in mind, EG winning both pistol rounds on this map just to have things now tied at 11-11. Like Sen on the gun rounds, they are overall playing the better game right now.
This is a...
Can EG close this out in the last second? I mean,
their economy's got to be pretty rough here.
On this defensive side, Sen are always stacking up the right sites. And if they're not stacked on it, it's because they're playing it for retake. Like, they have a full understanding of what is happening from the EG camp. I mean, I think the only time, like, maybe there's like the pistol round, EG kind of threw them for a loop. And then after that, it's come down to like EG winning, like Calm wins the clutch. They're winning things late in a post plant if the trades are going their way, you know, but...
There's been some indecision though. Like the clock has definitely burned down significantly in some of these rounds for this EG squad. Now is the time to be decisive. They're gonna have to do so with a little bit of a haphazard buy. It's patchwork at best. Superman, oh, I'm gonna speak
Glass Cannon Guardian. Very rare pickup. No ults for a soul in the server. But Calm being just one away is definitely something EG can try to play to. He is the one carrying the spike at the moment.
Yeah, but are they going to get into any of these sites for free?
I like this from Redux. Out of this moment, he picks up the off towards Art.
Yes! Unreal!
That is really such a heads-up play because EG have just been constantly going through Art, constantly trying to break that alarm bot position, taking that space on the map early. We haven't seen a lot of opping or any at all from Sen. Perfect time to mix that in.
EG might get funneled here towards a link that is being heavily watched, especially by Cortezia, a hero of that previous round. He's falling back off pretty familiar timing. Seen this from him a number of rounds in a row, just in case as an attempt to run the spike elsewhere on the map, which you'll notice Bao is considering back there at Plaza.
He's going to show himself breaking that drone so they can leave Oki inserted, who's now throwing his teleport away. And Sen, they really don't have to force the issue here at all. They're relaxed. They can play this for a full retake situation.
They
30
might make the wrong
seconds
choice.
left.
Yeah, or if EG hit B, they're going to be walking into 3 players again.
We'll see how this shakes out. Narrate playing close here. This is risky to say the least. Oh, he's plenty of action. He's going to go for it. Bauer's taken down. That's the KJ off the map. But Cortezia, with arms wide open, says, step to my site.
10
And
seconds
Superman
left.
in a desperate, dire situation. EG in the doldrums, money looking awful. He'll try and salvage this simple Guardian to stay alive in the map.
Will he even be afforded that? Yes.
Match
They'll
point.
shut down Nere, but EG attempting to go for a split onto B, but Superman is just smoked off in main, so it's not even a split. They're just going through Link with 3 players, so a hinder that's catching everyone.
And see that from Redux? We got that from him round after round after round on Breeze, and he was getting read into, he was getting caught out, he was forcing it. That's the first time I feel like this map we've seen that kind of forward posting from him on defense with that op. That's an important kill to take momentum away.
Look at the center picking up 2 outlaws in this round because of EG's money.
Okay, we'll see if that pays off. They've also got the Odin for that early damage. Okay, Hunter's Fury built up by Com in that last round. He's going to let it go, but it is speculative. Doesn't tell us too much about what the action is, and Okeanos gets deep and gets downed.
Digital is so weak right now. Superman trying to press forward with that Guardian, that save.
Okay, finds himself another. That's probably going to be enough. Bao tucked around the corner. Clone giving off the flash. It's Com and Bao to make this happen. Back to back on the side. Bao pushed up. Nova Pulse avoided. John biding his time. Sentinels can slow it down. The spike is out in the open, in their purview. And EG are the ones that have to make the move.
Cortezi is slow, just watching for some kind of push, maybe a wrap towards Flowers.
Oh, they give themselves away. They're going to clear the corner with that Nano Swarm. But they telegraph their swing around the corner, and Sentinels bounces back. They're 4-5 rounds behind at some point, but some really demoralizing round losses for EG, and all of a sudden, they are floundering.